Welcome back to another edition of the High Five. I, as always, am your host, the one, the only, the second Irish Bandit. This past Sunday saw the season 9 premiere of The Walking Dead. It overall wasn't a too bad episode, didn't pick up to like halfway through, and I may be in the minority on this one, but I really don't like that new intro sequence they have. I like the ones they had beforehand. The animation just looks cheap, and it really doesn't pertain to anything that has or will be happening in the season like the past 8 seasons have. But that's a nitpick. Today we're going to be talking about 5 things that I want to see in the 9th season of The Walking Dead. Like I said, the season premiere just happened this past Sunday, so none of these things have happened yet, which I'm glad for. But we're going to see as the season goes on. This is the last season that Andrew Lincoln and Lauren Cohen will be on the show. So we're going to see what plays out with that. And this definitely ties into everything I'm talking about today on the episode. First thing that I want to see in the 9th season of The Walking Dead is a good exit for Rick. So it was rumored for the longest time that Andrew Lincoln would be leaving The Walking Dead after this season. And it just kept, the rumors kept coming, until Robert Kirkman at this past summer's San Diego Comic-Con finally confirmed what we've all been dreading. Andrew Lincoln will be, in fact, leaving The Walking Dead after Season 9. That comes as a huge blow, as I feel that Rick was the main character of The Walking Dead. Like, sure, you had other characters like Michonne, Daryl, who else? Ezekiel. You have all these other characters, but Rick was really the heart and soul of the show. When Carl died, that may have been a big indication right there. But Andrew Lincoln leaving The Walking Dead is going to leave a massive void, and I only hope that they do the character justice with his send-off. Now, from what I've heard, Andrew Lincoln will only be featured in 8 episodes of the 16 in Season 9, so he'll only be in half. So, are they going to mix this up? Is he only going to be in the first half and not in the back half? Or are they going to mix it up 4 episodes in this half of the season and 4 episodes, including the season finale, when The Walking Dead returns in 2019. Because you got to remember how they structure this. The 8th episode is going to be the mid-season finale. That happens in early December. And then they come back in about February of 2019. So we'll have to see how this all plays out. I'm hoping they don't just do something cheap and kind of meaningless. I hope they give Rick a meaningful send-off that hopefully will mean that he will be returning somewhere down the line. Like, maybe. We've heard that Shane will be returning in some fashion. I've heard reports that Herschel will be returning in some fashion, even though Scott Wilson, who played Herschel from Season 2 until Season 4, he sadly passed away this past Sunday. And this episode of the High Five, of course, is dedicated in memory to Scott Wilson. Fantastic actor, and he will be sorely missed. But I do hope that they give Rick a meaningful send-off that just does the character justice. The second thing I want to see in this season of The Walking Dead, I said I wanted to see it in last season. We got a little morsel of it, but I want to see more. I want to know more of Negan's backstory. So yeah, just copy and paste what I said in my high five for things I want to see in Season 8 of The Walking Dead about Negan's backstory and place it here because it still holds the same. I want to know more of Negan's backstory. Yeah, we got a little bit of it in Season 8 when he was talking with Gabriel. But I want more. I want to see what happened to Negan to make him become the vicious son of a bitch who carries around a barbed wire covered baseball bat. I keep Lucille next to me at all times. How did he become this powerful man? Like, all he has for a weapon is Lucille. That's it, and a bunch of people called the Saviors, who are now siding with Rick. How did he get this way? What did the zombie apocalypse do to him? Did he have anybody who he cared about? Because in the comics, they had a well-defined backstory for Negan, including him having a wife named Lucille, who he who he named his trusty baseball bat after. So how did Negan become Negan? Is Negan even his real name? Was that just something he made up? I want to see this. I've been begging for this since season 6, since he came on the scene saying, "Are we pissing our pants yet?" I want to know more about him. He's the most interesting thing on The Walking Dead right now, and the fact that we didn't see him in the season premiere is kind of a shame because he's the most charismatic figure on that show. Like you have Daryl, he has that silent charisma because that's just Norman Reedus in a nutshell. Just silent charisma, and you can just get behind somebody like that. But Negan has that outgoing charisma, always got the swagger and the lean and I love to hate Negan. Oh, but I want to know more. I want to know more about him, so please give us Negan's backstory in season 9. Keeping on with Negan, the third thing I want to see in The Walking Dead's 9th season is what's going to happen to Negan now. When we last saw Negan at the end of season 8, he was, for lack of a better term, Rick's prisoner. So what is going to happen to him now that he does not have the power he used to have at the sanctuary? I think that's what it's called. Or with the Saviors, let's just say. Is he going to be the same Negan? Like I said, we didn't see him in the season premiere, which I think is kind of a shame, so hopefully we get more Negan next episode. But where does he go from here? Does he join Rick and the rest of the group, or does he just kind of plot silent revenge on his own? Because I know what we saw in Carl's daydream, imagination, fantasy, but that probably won't happen because of the animosity between Negan and Rick. Like, maybe there's a part of Negan that is thankful for Rick for sparing his life after he slit his throat. That doesn't hold well with everyone else in the group, Maggie and Daryl. But maybe there's a part of Negan that's like, okay, maybe Rick's not as big of a dick as I think he is. Like, if he saved my life when he could have just left me for dead. So will we see Negan kind of repay Rick, or will he start going up against Rick and butting heads like natural enemies they are? I guess only time will tell. Like I said, I hope we see Negan in the next episode because I love Negan. He's one of the best characters. Like I said, he's got that charisma to him that every time he's on the screen, he's the center of attention. You can call it hammy or chewing the scenery or whatever, but I love it. He has all the best lines, and he's just one of the best characters there is. You can hate him all you want. I love him. I hate the fact that I love him so much, but I love him. So I guess we'll see what happens from here on out. I know they're going to be introducing the Whisperers in this episode, or not in this season, I should say. Maybe he'll work with Rick, or maybe he'll go against Rick. I'm kind of hoping he goes against Rick because they're better natural enemies. I don't want to see him teaming up. But we'll see what happens in season 9. The fourth thing I want to see in this episode is how Daryl steps up. So with Andrew Lincoln leaving The Walking Dead, that leaves a big hole in its lead actor slot, which is, from what I've heard, is going to be filled by Norman Reedus. Now, I've said in the past that I'm a huge Norman Reedus fan, dating all the way back to Blade 2. I didn't even know he was in that one until I looked at his IMDb page. But, I know him more from the Boondock Saints movies, which I absolutely love. But even then, with the Boondock Saints movies, you had actors like Billy Connolly, Sean Patrick Flannery, Willem Dafoe, who was basically the star of the first movie. You had those three being backed up by Norman Reedus. Norman Reedus isn't an experienced leading man. Like, I'm not saying that he couldn't do it, but I'm just unsure of him. Like, I love Norman Reedus. I'm a big fan of his, but can he step up and be the leading man that everybody wants him to be? I guess we'll see in season 10, but I'm not holding my breath. But that being said, how will Daryl step up? Because he's going to need to in this season. If Rick's gone, he's going to need to step up with the help of Michonne, of course, and Ezekiel, Carol, everybody else in the group. Not including Maggie, because Maggie's going to be leaving. We're going to get to that in just a second here. So I really want to see Daryl step up, take charge, take leadership. Now, I know in a previous episode of The Walking Dead, Rick told Michonne that he wants her to lead the group if anything should happen to him. I think that's a wise choice. I think Michonne is the most capable of the group. She can lead when needed to. She can take charge. She can kick ass with the best of them. I think that's a safer bet to go with Michonne as the leader, but Daryl's going to have to step up as well and kind of take over. So we'll see what happens from here after this season. But the seeds should start to be planted for Daryl to step up and kind of take a bigger role in the group than he has been. Like in this last episode alone, I think he had more speaking lines than he did in the entirety of season 8. But hopefully we get to see more development from Daryl this season. And the final thing that I want to see in Season 9 of The Walking Dead, much like what I said originally about Rick, I want to see a good exit for Maggie. Like Andrew Lincoln, this will be Lauren Cohan's final season of The Walking Dead. She's been a cast member since Season 2, when she was introduced as Maggie Green. She had a great relationship with Glenn, and now they've skipped ahead in the timeline about a year and a half after the events of Season 8's finale. She's already given birth to the baby, Herschel, baby Herschel. Okay, I can understand naming him after her father, but Herschel. Okay, whatever. That's not my call. Lauren Cohan is now signed on to a new TV show on ABC called Whiskey Caviar. Hopefully it does good. I'm going to give it a watch and I'll let you know what I think. But because of that, this is going to be the final season of Maggie's story arc. Maggie's final season. She's only going to be in 6 episodes, 2 less than what Rick will be in. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out given the ending of last season with Maggie kind of conspiring against Rick after leaving Negan alive. I think it's kind of funny that after watching The Walking Dead, a friend of mine and I were talking about it, and she don't like Maggie no more. She said she called Maggie something that I can't repeat here on the channel. But she didn't like the action Maggie was taking against Rick. I don't know if any of that had to do with what happened with Gregory at the end of the episode. No spoilers. But if you read the comic book, you knew that part was coming. But I really hope that, much like Rick, Maggie gets a good send-off, like her and little Herschel go off somewhere else. Or just she keeps charge of Hilltop, and that's the last we see of Hilltop. Right now, it's hard to say what's going to happen with either character, how they're going to exit, what their exit is going to be. They could just leave Maggie in charge and just kind of separate from Hilltop altogether. As long as she has a decent end to her story arc, then I'm okay with it. If it kind of leaves things up in the air, I'm like, what? No, come on, something better. Walking Dead has been known to do bullcrap like that before. So hopefully they get their stuff together and have a better ending for Maggie. I really want to see that. And Lauren Cohan's been such a great character over the past few seasons on The Walking Dead. She's going to be really missed, like, honestly and truthfully. Well, I'm going to miss the character of Maggie myself, but time for her to move on, honestly. Her story arc's come to an end. And I'm sorry, I got an itch I have to deal with. Okay, well, those are 5 things that I want to see in this season of The Walking Dead. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. I'd really appreciate that. And let me know in the comment section down below what you want to see in this season of The Walking Dead. Don't forget to share this video anywhere you can. Down in the description below, you're going to see a link to my Redbubble store where you can pick up all your Irish Bandit merchandise, including stickers. We also have t-shirts, leggings, tank tops, ladies' racerbacks, phone cases for iPhone and Samsung, iPad cases. We also have travel mugs, coffee mugs, whatever your heart's desire, go click that link and pick yourself up some Irish Bandit merchandise. I do get a small cut of the profits, but all those profits will be going towards making this a better channel for your viewing experience. And lastly, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, tap that bell. Make sure you click all, and you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video or whenever I go live. I will be back with a new episode of The High Five in 2 weeks. We're back to our normal schedule, where I will be talking about five actors on The Walking Dead who could take the role of the lead after Andrew Lincoln exits. And I will be back next week with a brand new taste test. Just a quick note with an upcoming taste test that I have. I'm going to be saying something about Halloween content coming up, but that episode won't be coming out until sometime in November, so just disregard that. But I will have some Halloween content coming for you very, very soon. Going to be talking about the release of the brand new Halloween movie coming out very, very soon, and how flipping confusing the Halloween cinematic timeline is. So keep on the lookout for that. Have a great rest of the week, and I will talk to you guys again very, very soon.